City of Whispers, Chapter 1, The Silent Beginnings. As twilight draped over the metropolis, its neon arteries pulsed with secrets and muted cries. The sprawling urban labyrinth whispered tales of betrayal, hope, and despair. Tonight, every shadow told a story, and every whispered word carried the weight of fate. In the heart of the city, where skyscrapers loomed like silent sentinels and alleys twisted into oblivion, a storm of emotions was gathering. The wind carried a hint of rain and the scent of uncertainty, as if the very air conspired to reveal the hidden truths beneath the surface. I've been chasing ghosts for years, but nothing prepares you for a case that bleeds with the souls of the forgotten. Detective Mark, a man whose eyes held the weariness of countless nights spent untangling mysteries, stood on a rain-slicked pavement near an abandoned warehouse. His gut told him that tonight, the city would speak in riddles and half-truths.
The injuries we see tell a story of desperation. I wish we could mend not just broken bodies, but shattered lives.
Dr. Lucia, renowned for her empathy as much as her clinical acumen, had been drawn into this labyrinthine case by a chance encounter. In the dim corridors of the city's underbelly, where hope and horror danced hand in hand, her steady hands had healed many, even as her heart grew heavy with each life touched by the city's relentless cruelty. You think you can just waltz into my territory and start asking questions? In this city, loyalty is bought with fear and blood. Vincent, a figure cloaked in menace and dark secrets, ruled his domain with an iron fist. His words, laced with venom, resonated in the dim light of a backroom speakeasy where deals were struck and lives were bargained.
Information is the currency of our survival. In every whisper and shadow, I find clues that lead me deeper into the maze of conspiracies.
Agent Claire, ever composed under pressure, moved like a phantom through the crowded city streets. Her calm exterior concealed a mind that never rested, always piecing together puzzles that the city left behind.
I didn't choose this life, but when the darkness falls, it's the only way to keep from disappearing completely.
Raven, a skilled thief with a haunted past, navigated the precarious edge between survival and surrender. Her eyes, wide with a constant fear of being caught, mirrored the pain of a past that still refused to let her go.
I never imagined that politics would lead me into the depths of such despair. The city's secrets now threaten to unravel everything I've built.
Senator Fiona's voice trembled as she confided her doubts. Once a beacon of hope and reform, she now found herself entangled in a web of corruption that reached into every corner of the city's elite. Every anomaly we uncover is a piece of a greater puzzle. The patterns in human behavior, the inexplicable coincidences, they all lead us to the truth hidden beneath our very noses. Professor Elliot, with his passionate mind and unyielding curiosity, viewed the city as an endless laboratory of human emotion and chaos. His theories, though sometimes met with skepticism, had illuminated parts of the case that others overlooked. The night began to deepen. Rain started to patter on the concrete, each drop echoing like a tiny secret falling from the heavens. In the distance, the wail of a siren pierced the silence, a melancholic reminder of lives forever altered. Lucia, I need your expertise. The victim's wounds, they're not random. It's like someone was trying to send us a message.
I've seen many things in my years, Mark. But these marks are almost ritualistic, as if they're part of a twisted performance.
Under the flickering streetlights, Detective Mark and Dr. Lucia convened at a grimy crime scene. The victim lay on the cold pavement, his body marked by strange symbols that defied easy explanation. The case was no ordinary murder, it was a symphony of psychological torment. You better watch your step, detective. The message you think you see might just be a diversion, a ploy to keep you busy while real business is done in the shadows. I'm aware of the risks, Vincent. But every clue, no matter how small, is a step closer to uncovering the truth. I won't let the whispers die in vain.
Mark, be cautious. In our line of work, the truth is a slippery creature. Sometimes, what seems like a clue is nothing more than a cleverly crafted illusion.
The disparate voices converged in a single moment of fragile clarity. Each of them carried a burden, a secret, a lie, a piece of a puzzle that only grew more convoluted with every passing minute.
I've heard whispers in the dark corners of the city. People talk about a hidden network, a cabal that manipulates events from behind a veil of silence. And I feared that even I was not immune to its reach. My allies, my enemies, they all seemed to dance to the tune of this unseen conductor.
The correlations are astounding. Every incident, every unexplained occurrence, points to a common thread, a thread that binds our fates in ways we are only beginning to understand. As the city bled secrets into the night, our cast of troubled souls began to intersect. Their paths, though disparate, were inexorably linked by a force as enigmatic as the city itself. In the labyrinth of concrete and neon, the city of whispers was alive with conspiracies and confessions. I visited the old district today. The abandoned factories, the rusting bridges, they all seemed to hold echoes of the past. I found a clue near a broken window, a scrap of paper with a symbol that matched the one on our victim.
Symbols have a power beyond our understanding, Mark. They are like language, sometimes a message, sometimes a curse. I fear that whoever orchestrated this might be playing a far more dangerous game.
In a quiet, forgotten corner of the city, Detective Mark discovered a faded piece of paper. Its markings were cryptic yet eerily familiar, drawing him into a mystery that was as much about the human psyche as it was about crime.
I intercepted a message on a secure channel. It mentioned a meeting at the old pier, a rendezvous that could unravel the next layer of this enigma.
Then it settled. I'm heading to the pier tonight. Lucia, I'll need backup. Claire, keep your comms open. We're stepping into a nest of vipers. The plan was set. Under the cloak of night, Detective Mark, accompanied by a small band of allies, made his way to the decrepit pier, a relic from a bygone era. The structure creaked under the weight of history, its boards worn by time and neglect. You really think you can waltz into my world and expect everything to bend to your will? This meeting could cost you more than you're prepared to pay.
I must warn you, Mark. My own investigations have revealed that the influence behind these acts reaches the highest echelons of power. Trust no one.
Fiona, your warning only sharpens my resolve. I know the risks, but if we don't peel back these layers, the city will drown in its own silence. At the pier, the damp air was filled with tension. Shadows played tricks on the eyes, and every creak of the wood was a reminder that danger lurked nearby. The group huddled together, their breaths visible in the cold night air, each heartbeat echoing like a drum of war. I've been monitoring the city's energy signatures. There's a disturbance here, a convergence of negative emotions that could indicate a mass psychological trigger. It's like the city is on the brink of a collective breakdown.
Whatever is planned, it's more than just a criminal act. It's a calculated attempt to fracture the very soul of this place. And if we fail, the aftermath will be catastrophic. I overheard voices in a derelict safe house. They spoke of a ritual, a ceremony to awaken something ancient and merciless. I barely escaped with my life. Those words chill me to the bone. A ritual, you say? It seems we are entangled in forces that defy conventional understanding.
Everyone, stay sharp. I'm moving forward. Keep your eyes peeled and your minds even sharper. This is a trap set for the unwary. Mark's voice resonated with a mix of determination and trepidation as he led his small team along a narrow pathway behind the pier. The murmur of the ocean mingled with the distant hum of the city, a lullaby for the restless and the damned. The city's pulse beats in darkness, Detective. You're meddling in matters that should remain buried. Remember, sometimes silence is survival.
Mark, I can't shake the feeling that everything is orchestrated by an invisible hand. The corridors of power, the shadowy figures in the background, they are all part of an intricate dance of manipulation.
And yet, every action creates a ripple in the fabric of reality. Our choices, our failures, they echo through time, influencing destinies in ways we cannot fathom. The night deepened, and with it, the labyrinth of emotions and hidden agendas. At the very edge of the pier, beneath a flickering street lamp, a clandestine meeting unfolded. Figures cloaked in mystery exchanged furtive glances, and hushed words carried the promise of impending chaos.
I'm in position. The meeting is about to begin. I can see 3 figures approaching, one of them matching Vincent's description.
Everyone, positions. I want eyes on every exit. If this is a setup, we'll be ready. The seconds stretched into eternity as the figures drew near. The sound of their footsteps on wet concrete was the only indication of their approach. The tension was palpable, a silent prelude to a storm that had been building for far too long. So, you finally arrived, Mark. I must say, your persistence is admirable, if not foolish. I'm not here for your theatrics, Vincent. I'm here for answers. Who is behind these orchestrated nightmares? Answers, detective, are as elusive as the wind. But I can tell you this: the game is far bigger than you or I. The puppeteer hides in plain sight, and his strings reach every corner of this forsaken city.
You speak of puppeteers and strings, but what of our responsibility? We are the guardians of this city's soul, even when it is drenched in sorrow.
The interplay of power, emotion, and fate is a marvel of chaos theory. Every revelation here is a node in an intricate network of cause and effect.
It seems the scars on our victim were not random at all. They are a map, a coded message from someone who knows the deepest wounds of our society. I wish I could help, but my life has been torn apart by these very secrets. I'm just a shadow, slipping through the cracks of a broken world. Sometimes the shadows hold the most truth. Your fear, Raven, might be the key to unlocking the mystery of this ritual.
This city is a maze of whispers and lies. Every step we take uncovers a deeper layer of corruption and despair. But I promise you, I won't rest until the truth is laid bare. The confrontation at the pier was only the beginning. As the rain intensified and the night grew colder, the disparate threads of this mystery began to weave together a tapestry of human frailty, ambition, and unspoken sorrow. Each character, with their own burdens and secrets, was drawn inexorably into the vortex of a conspiracy that threatened to shatter the fragile peace of the city. I can feel it, a dark energy pulsing beneath the surface of this place. We're not just dealing with murder or street-level crimes. This is something far more sinister, something that preys on our very souls. And that energy, my friend, is the manifestation of collective despair and repressed truths. It is both a warning and a challenge to those who dare to uncover it.
I've seen patients whose minds break under the weight of secrets. This city is a crucible of broken dreams, and every scar tells a tale of a life left unfinished. I am haunted by my own choices. In the corridors of power, compromises are made, and ideals are sacrificed. I fear that my own hands are stained with the ink of betrayal.
Do not delude yourself with sentiments, Fiona. In our world, every soul is for sale. Loyalty is a currency, and trust is the most expensive commodity of all.
Enough talk. The meeting is over. We have what we need: a hint, a clue to follow. Let's move before our presence disrupts their plans any further.
The group dispersed into the night, each taking a different path into the maze of the city. Detective Mark's mind raced with possibilities, while Dr. Lucia's heart ached for the countless lives caught in this web of deceit. Vincent melted back into the shadows, a smirk playing on his lips as he contemplated the chaos he had helped unleash. And Agent Claire vanished like a ghost, her calm determination belying the storms raging within. I stand at the crossroads of truth and madness, where every whispered secret threatens to drown me. Yet, I must press on. For in the heart of these darkened alleys, hope still flickers like a lone candle in the wind. As dawn threatened to break the spell of night, the city of whispers slumbered uneasily. In that heavy silence, every character carried the weight of their own regrets, their own ambitions, and the knowledge that the true nightmare was only just beginning. The first chapter of the saga had been written in tears and fear, yet within its lines lay the promise of redemption, a chance for these lost souls to confront the demons that haunted them.
Mark, as we step into the light of a new day, I hope we find not only answers but also the courage to mend what has been broken.
Every discovery is a step towards liberation, even if it means confronting the darkest parts of our existence. The city may be cursed, but it is also alive with possibility.
I pray that our efforts will not be in vain. The burden of power weighs heavily on those of us who dare to challenge the status quo. I have seen the sorrow in the eyes of those who wander these streets. Perhaps, in time, our collective pain will pave the way for a better tomorrow. The night is long, and the road ahead is perilous. But together, we hold the fragments of truth that might one day restore order to this chaos.
I will continue this pursuit, no matter the cost. The City of Whispers has many secrets, and I intend to unearth every one of them. And so, as the first light of dawn began to chase away the shadows, our disparate band of souls embarked on a journey into the unknown. Their hearts were heavy with sorrow and hope intertwined, a reflection of a city scarred by its past and trembling at the precipice of its future. In the echo of every step, the promise of truth beckoned, daring them to confront the darkness lurking within. This is not just a case. It's a call to arms, a summons to confront the demons that hide behind every whisper in these streets. Thus ended the silent beginnings of a saga that would test the limits of human endurance and the resilience of a broken city. With hearts burdened by memories and minds sharpened by the pain of loss, they stepped forward into the uncertain light of a new day, each one a keeper of secrets, each one a guardian of the truth.
May we find solace in the midst of chaos, and may our wounds, though deep, one day guide us to healing.
For every tear shed, there is a lesson learned. And in this crucible of suffering, we may yet forge the strength to change the course of our destiny.
The journey ahead is fraught with peril, but I believe that even the darkest night gives way to the promise of a new dawn. Keep your wits about you. The truth is out there, hidden among the ruins of our past and the echoes of our regrets. I may be a shadow, a whisper in the dark, but even I yearn for a chance to see the light again.
Then let us move forward together, bound by the fragile hope that one day, our city's secrets will no longer be weapons of despair, but the seeds of a brighter future. And so, with the dawn breaking over the battered skyline, the City of Whispers stirred awake, a city of lost souls, fractured dreams, and silent promises. The stage was set, the players in position, and the first chapter of this relentless psychological thriller had been etched into the annals of a place where every whisper told a story, and every story held the power to change everything.